This week, the Real Review is featuring organic wines. And we have here 2 organically produced wines based on the Sauvignon Blanc grape. The first one is Stoneleigh Organic Sauvignon Blanc 2020. Second one is Cullen Madeline Sauvignon Blanc Semillon from Margaret River 2018. I'm Hugh and Hook, and you're watching The Real Review. Stoneleigh being one of the best known brands in New Zealand, and this is their Organic Sauvignon Blanc 2020. And if you look at the label, the word organic is huge. They're really making a big statement with this label. And if you look closely, there are birds and bees, butterflies, dragonflies, flowers. The message is very clear that this wine is good, healthy stuff. It's good for the environment. Put it into you and you'll be healthy too. I think that's the message they want to give us. The first thing I noticed is that the nose is incredibly pungent. It's got so much of the tropical fruit characters that are famous in New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. Passion fruit, it's just almost smells like a freshly cut passion fruit. There's also guava, pineapple, other types of tropical fruit there as well. Very, very arresting. You cannot go past this wine. And the wine on the palate is very delicate. It's light-bodied, it's fresh, it's clean, it's fruity. It's fruity almost to a fault. It is amazingly fruity. And there is that very clever juxtaposition of sweetness and acidity that they do in Marlborough so well. And the impression you get from that is this incredible liveliness on the palate. So the food that we recommend with this is Jamie Oliver's smoky pancetta cod. Interesting choice of dish. This sort of wine can be had with lots of different things. You can have it with shellfish, you can have it with finned fish. They're classic in Marlborough, of course, because they grow mussels there, would be mussels. But it's great by itself. It's an anytime refreshing sort of quaffer. So this wine from Cullen's is called Madeline, which is the name of the winemaker Vanya Cullen's grandmother, in fact. And it's a Sauvignon Blanc Semillon from the Williabrup sub-region of Margaret River. So, wine labels can often tell us something about the wine inside the bottle. At Cullen in Margaret River, they're very biodynamic, they're very holistic, they're very respectful of nature in every way. And if you look at the label here, there's a picture of a bird's nest on the label. And Vanya Cullen tells me she found that bird's nest in amongst the Sauvignon Blanc vines. And she gave it to the artist, and he came up with that label as a result. So there's a connection between the grapes in the wine and the label. Very nice. Well, it's very, very complex and interesting, that nose. It's multifaceted. There's lots of aromas there. You can smell the nuttiness, the toastiness from the barrels, and it's not an oak smell. It's a smell that comes from fermenting in old barrels, not new barrels. But there is a little bit of the dried herb character of the grape varieties. There are some lemon type citrusy characters there as well. A really, really perfumey nose. Have a taste. The wine has a richness to it. It has lots of intensity of flavour. It's not heavy in any way. You can't taste the alcohol, but it's still light on its feet, but it's still very intense as well. And the same complexities that you detect on the nose come through on the palate. A really, really lovely wine. And as for a food match for this wine, we've chosen Neil Perry's spaghetti with spanner crab and toasted breadcrumbs. Should be a really good match, I think. A little bit of garlic in there, gorgeous. Toasted breadcrumbs, spanner crab, what else could you possibly want? If you've enjoyed this, follow us and subscribe to The Real Review. Good health.